Hello, I'm Weiser Cornell, and this is Support for Stressful Times. How nice we get to spend a little time together each month, giving each other support for stressful times. I was just thinking as I was getting ready to talk to you today about unpleasant feelings, pain, nausea, senses of distress. And what do we do with that? Well, there's a natural tendency to want to make those feelings go away, alleviate them, find some answer, something that helps them be reduced, or just avoid them, right? Did you have a thought that brought that feeling? Well, let's avoid that thought. You know what I'm going to say about that, don't you? But what's interesting is it's not what I'm going to recommend is not necessarily a natural move, at least not in the culture I'm from. I'm from a world where if you feel bad, you try to feel better. If somebody else feels bad, you try to cheer them up. And even the phrase, just be with it, seems to imply give it some caring or give it some love or send it some light or something like that. But what I'd recommend, what we do in the inner relationship focusing world, is a simpler kind of being with. And that's like a simple presence. It doesn't try to change anything. It's a radical idea that when we feel something uncomfortable, unpleasant, stressful, tense, that we say hello to it and we sit with it. We bring attention to it. We welcome it. Yeah? Why would you welcome something that feels bad? Well, for one reason, because it's bringing you a very important message. There's something that needs attention here. You know, a lot of this has to do with trust. Do we trust the messages that we're getting from inside, our emotional messages, our physical messages? I've come to believe that what we get from our body process is trustworthy. So let's practice that together, shall we? It's always nice to do this process with other people. And it would start by feeling your body grounded, feeling your body in contact with what you're sitting on. You might also be standing or lying down. Most people are probably sitting. I'm sitting. Feeling your body's contact with the sitting, what you're sitting on. I often realize I had not been paying attention to what I was sitting on. Then I pause and I sense, oh, right. Oh, there is something holding me up. I can relax a little bit. There we go. And I breathe. I let that feeling of being here arrive. And then I let my awareness come to the inner area of the body. You might want to do that too. Throat and chest and stomach and belly. How are you in there right now? And don't answer quickly. Take a little time to sense. Because you know what? The body takes longer to talk usually than our nice, fast mind. The mind says, oh, I'm okay. Wait a minute. Let's ask the body. This happened to me all the time when I was first learning focusing. People would say, well, go in your body and ask how you are right now. And I would say, it's fine. That's how I learned growing up in my family in Illinois. I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine, even all the times that it wasn't. Supposed to say it's fine. Notice what happens right now when you pause and sense and go past it's fine or there's nothing there into actually how it feels. You know, there's never nothing. I learned that. I used to think I feel nothing. Then I discovered I was feeling something subtle and maybe not what I expected, and maybe not one of the feelings that has a name like sad or angry. But you always are feeling something. Takes a little time. Yeah, and so what I'm finding is there's a peaceful quality in most of my body. Down here, there's something a little guarded, a little protected. So I'm acknowledging all of that. You might acknowledge what you're aware of. And then I especially bring attention to the place that might have something to show me or say to me. I'll check those words, guarded, protected, to see if they're right. You might want to check any words that come for you and see if they fit for you. Yet, what's coming is that it has something to do with a conversation, a stressful conversation that I had with my sweetie last night. Yes, there's my deep breath. Something like my shoulders fall. And yeah, a little bit sad, a little bit discouraged, disappointed. Checking with let me check those words. None of them are right. It's in between discouraged and disappointed. And yeah, it's more like helpless or don't know what to do when that kind of clash happens. Checking if that's right. Yeah, that's close. And that when the thing I found to describe it fits or is close, there's a little easing. It's one way your body says yes to you is by things easing. Interestingly, another way your body can say yes is with an intensification or a tightening. No is usually nothing. You didn't find yet what fits. So we're spending time just with how it feels right now. And what we're putting into practice is what I was talking about at the start of this webinar, which is turning toward what we feel is not the same as trying to fix it or cheer it up or alleviate it or solve it. It's simpler than that. It's turning toward. It's being with. That's what I'm going to do right now. I found this place. It's told me what it's about. Now I'm going to be with it. Feel free to do that with whatever's coming in you. What if you simply give whatever you're feeling, simply give it your presence? Like sitting with a friend, but not trying to tell them what to do and how to feel better and how to cheer up or how to solve it. Just being there. Just being there. I think you'll find that it's glad you're there with it. Funny way of talking, but we're sensing how these things feel in our body. And one way they could feel is, glad you're here. And then if you find, I don't like it, it's unpleasant, it's painful, I wish it wasn't there, you say hello to that. There's some magical language. If you've been with me before, you've heard me use this language. Something in me. Let me do that. I'm sensing something in me feeling somewhere between discouraged and disappointed. And I'm also sensing something in me wishing that wasn't there. And I am saying hello to both of them. I'm the space where both of these can be. I'm not fighting with any way that I feel. I'm allowing. I'm being with. I'm welcoming. Because over time I've come to trust, and I want to communicate to you that you can trust this too. When we are with how we feel, life moves forward. It's the opposite of being stuck. So write in the chat if you want to tell about some things you're finding or questions you'd like me to talk about. Jess writes, acknowledging how I truly feel about where I am allows me to be transparent with myself. Ooh, that's a nice phrase, transparent with yourself. Oftentimes we compartmentalize and believe the issues have been resolved. So true. Yeah, I know that from my past. If I just don't go there and don't think about it, it doesn't exist. Yeah. Andrea writes, I'm feeling really scared about my health. Ah, okay. That's a serious thing, huh? I'm sorry about it. And Andrea says, I'm not sure what to do about it, and I'm afraid I might be minimized or dismissed by my doctor. So you're in a state of being scared about your health and not sure what to do about it. And that must bring some feelings in your body. And it's an interesting situation to be in because there is a longing to know what to do. And maybe that part of you that longs to know what to do about this might also feel a bit impatient just sitting with these feelings in the body. And let's acknowledge that too. It might be that as you sit with the feeling of this, the feeling of scared, the feeling of not knowing what to do, something may emerge. You may have an idea, and it might not. But either way, you get to be the space of acceptance for that. Even the one that's scared, urgent. And I wish you well. Haja writes, my beloved little dog is very ill. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be hard for you. Haja writes, the place inside is feeling helpless, doesn't know how to make her well again. Interesting how similar that is to what Andrea's going through. Haji says, I worked through the words and came to just accept that I love her and say hello to the loving. And that makes my heart sob, and that feels good. Ah, okay then. And yeah, and there's the little dog there too. Yes, yes, yes. Allison writes, I found great relief in not trying to fix and staying still without any guilt for not trying to work something out. And spaciousness feels so welcome. It's interesting, we're seeing similar themes here. So there's a urgency or impatience that comes from a longing to know what to do, a longing to know how this can be better. And that's so understandable. Nobody's trying to make you not feel that. In fact, that's exactly what we're talking about. Is when you have this, something's not going well. Mine was like that too. I don't know really how to talk about those kinds of issues with my sweetie. And then there's a wanting to know what to do. And it can be very easy to be identified with that. Like, that's me wanting to know what to do. So let's do what I call disidentify and include wanting to know what to do, feeling scared, not knowing what to do. Let's include that in what we're saying hello to and see what happens. And here's the really interesting thing. That part of you doesn't have to stop wanting to know what to do. We're not trying to change our feelings. Something happens when we become, I call it self in presence. We become the space in which our feelings can be the way they are, but they're not all of who we are. So hello to this, hello to this. I'm listening. I'm letting it know I hear it. I'm letting it know I hear how scared it is, how urgent it is to know what to do. I hear that. And yet then something new can happen in the whole body. Yeah. Jenny writes, I'm new to focusing. I've lived in my head my whole life and I'm struggling to find feelings. Do you have any advice? Absolutely. Start with your body. Your body is feeling something. The easiest thing to feel is contact. See if you can feel the pressure of your body sitting on something, right? Now, notice the difference between how it feels in your throat and how it feels in your chest. Do they both feel numb or empty or like there's nothing there? Or is there a little difference between them? And by the way, feeling in your body is not that difficult. It may sound mysterious, but do you ever have a sore throat and then wake up the next morning and wonder, is my throat still sore? You have to feel your throat from inside in order to check that. Everybody knows how to feel their bodies. It's really a lot simpler than it sounds. Feel your body. I know because, yes, I was one of those always in the head people who thought my body was, what body? But it always feels something. Always feeling something. And even when you say you're struggling to find feelings, what's the struggling feel like? The other thing to say is that when we say body, we don't necessarily feel physical body, like throat, chest, stomach. That's nice. But struggling might also feel like something you would show with your hands, or you might have an image of struggling. So the way we feel shows up in so many ways. They're not always just inside the body. Yes. Anna has a bottomless feeling and is saying hello to that. Violetta says, I have many issues and I don't know which one feels more relevant. Well, that's another time you can trust your body. Which issue is your body bringing up right now? So I might have this problem, this problem, this problem, but when I bring awareness right now, I notice what comes is the discussion, argument, fight with my sweetie. Okay. My body has chosen that one to be most immediate right now. So the underlying message of all this is that you can turn toward whatever you're feeling, even if it's difficult, stressful, or challenging. And even if it's a feeling of not liking another feeling, you can be spacious. You can allow what's here to be here. You can allow your feelings about what's going on to be here. And something happens when you do that. And even if you're finding it difficult to feel anything, that's a feeling too. When I was first trying to learn focusing, it took me a while. It looked to me like everyone else in the room. I was learning as part of a group. I looked to me like everyone else in the room was getting it. You know, they all had their eyes closed and they looked serious and and sometimes they were crying. I thought, that must be really strange. And then I was worried that I wasn't going to get it right and that I wouldn't be included. The other people wouldn't like me. Isn't that interesting? Looking back, I had all those feelings. Worried I wouldn't get it right. Scared other people wouldn't like me, that I wouldn't be included. But I wasn't including those things because I thought it has to be in the body. Well, sometimes our feelings hover around our ears. Yes. Whatever is here for you is welcome. That's our essential message. And turning toward it is not the same as trying to fix it, trying to solve it, trying to heal it, trying to cheer it up, trying to make it go away. Turning toward is so simple. We like to use the word hello because hello is so simple. Hello is just hello. The amazing woman, B.B. Simon, who brought the word hello into the focusing world, used to say, hello is not I love you. When you say hello to something you're feeling, you don't have to be loving the feeling. You just say hello. It starts a conversation. It starts a relationship. We're going to get deeper and deeper. Yes. Andrea was the one who was having health issues and worried about not trusting her doctor, is saying, as I hear what Anne and others said, I'm beginning to feel more complexity of thought and possibilities open about not accepting getting dismissed by my doctor or getting another doctor. Wow. So yes, what can happen when we turn toward what's here is that possibilities open. That's so nice. And Andrea adds, I need to take my body seriously. That's beautiful. Your body's talking to you. Even when it's health, symptoms, yes, it's always ready to talk to you. And Jess says, saying hello to myself. And with the compartmentalization for so long, I've lost myself, my voice, my sense of purpose. Okay, so maybe what you're saying hello to is that sense of loss, that sense of longing even to have your voice again, to have your sense of purpose again. Or if that's not it, you can check and see what would come closer than those words. Another important piece of this process is that whatever we get from the body, we check back to see if that's right. You saw me checking the words disappointed, discouraged, and finding out actually neither one felt quite right. It was something in between them. So it's that checking that can really also help. It's a respectful partnership with your feelings and the messages that are coming to you through the body experience of your feeling life. It's a two-way street. It's speaking, you're hearing. It is interesting that your body doesn't always speak in words, usually not, actually. So find the words to name what you're sensing there. And then take some time to check if those words fit. It's a very respectful thing to do. And one of the things we're saying is that we're pausing, and Andrea says we're taking ourselves seriously. We're trusting that something real and true is happening in us, something worth paying attention to, something not to be dismissed, something that can carry us further when we spend time with it. And we've also been discovering today that not knowing what to do is another thing, another feeling we can be with. Something that feels urgent, desperate, scared at not knowing what to do. Hello. I say hello to that. Yeah, yeah. And Haja, who's the one whose little dog is ill, writes, there's an image of a door closing. And with the feeling, is she going to come through the door into next week with me? And saying hello to the door brings relief, accepting this yes or no and being with that. So I love this because what comes from inside couldn't be predicted, and it can't be what someone else tells you should think now. You should think this now about your little dog. That one, first of all, shut up, don't tell me how to think or feel. But from here, next steps come. That's the magic. That's what we can trust. When you be present with yourself, sense how it is. Trust it. Describe it. Check with it. Say hello to it. Stay a little longer. Sense more. Hang out. Then next steps come. It is radical acceptance of everything. All the ways you feel. Even the feelings that don't like the other feelings. There's a space here where it's all okay. And you can feel what a difference it makes. It's not just in your mind. I hope you were able to get a taste of this today. And it's been lovely to be with you. Let's keep going. Daniel says it's a challenge to trust ourselves when so long we've been told and even threatened to trust by others. Well, good for you for noticing it's a challenge. Let's say hello to that too. Good. We do this every month. Hope to see you again. Thanks, everybody. Be with what's here. Let it be as it is. Let's go forward. Life wants to live. Take care. Be seeing you. Bye.